Can you tell me I've been pulled over, please?
Yeah, I'm checking your ID.
You're checking my ID?
Check whether you got insurance, the car belongs to you.
But you can do that on the radio.
How would I know who's driving?
But you must have a reason for pulling me over.
You're going way too fast.
You were going a bit too fast,
How
mate.
fast was I going?
Going well over 35 miles an hour.
No, I wasn't.
Well, it's your word against mine, isn't it? But I'm telling you, you were.
Well, I wasn't.
You were, because we saw the way you were going over the speed bump, sir.
No.
Right, anyway, pass your driving licence.
Yeah, I will, but what I'm
pass
saying...
it over then. I've explained to you why under the Road Traffic Act I can stop any vehicle I want on the road.
Yeah, but...
And I'm supposed to speak to you about your manner of driving.
Yeah, but I wasn't for a start, so that's an excuse.
Right,
and I asked your colleague why was I being pulled over, and that's the first thing he would have said. But he did not say that. He said he's asked me for my ID. Yeah. And now you've just said I'm speeding over speed humps.
We can argue about this all day long. Right?
I'm not arguing, I'm telling you a fact. Right. You're telling me I'm speeding over speed humps.
You are going too fast down that road. It's a residential street and you're going too fast.
You can't prove that, and that's a lie.
Right, it's not a lie.
Of course it is.
It's not a lie.
Well, how fast was I going?
I just told you, over 35 miles an hour.
Over speed humps?
Yeah. Mate, trust me, I was behind you. I saw you turn left and I'm behind you. You were going over 35 miles an hour.
I'm going over 35 miles over speed humps.
The interaction appears to begin with officers moving directly to document checks under Road Traffic Act 1988, while the explanation for the stop is only fully articulated afterward. The later claim is that he was travelling at 35 miles per hour, yet no obvious supporting evidence or measurement is presented at that point that can raise legitimate questions, because a traffic stop is generally expected to rest on something observable, measurable, or otherwise capable of being clearly explained by the officer at the time. What makes the situation more open to scrutiny is the timing. If speeding was the genuine basis for the stop, it would ordinarily be expected to feature prominently from the outset rather than emerging later in the encounter. When the stated reason changes or is introduced after the fact, it can undermine confidence in the consistency and credibility of the original grounds for stopping the vehicle.
We know where we need to check your ID, make sure your car belongs to you. You got insured and all that stuff.
I think you're just talking a lot.
I don't know if you're trying to intimidate us with the phone, etc. But everything we do is recorded anyway, mate.
But so, listen, mate, because I'm just trying to send you a lie, that's all.
Yeah, really?
Straightforward, yeah.
Okay. Well, I'm telling you you're not. I'm not, and I'm telling you you were
you're talking crap.
Am I?
Yeah.
All
you can
right,
do 35 miles per hour over speed bumps.
Well, clearly you were,
The car will be smashed up.
Really?
You go, mate.
I'm trying to prove I don't understand.
You know the police work?
I don't understand.
I'm trying to prove that it's a lie. That's what I'm trying to prove.
What's a lie? Stopping a car?
No, it's saying I'm getting 35 miles per hour over speed humps.
Right. Have you got a tracker in your car that don't let you go over 35?
Have I got what?
Have you got a restricted speed restriction? That don't let you go over 35?
That's just crap, man.
That's what I'm saying. It's our word against yours, that's what you're saying.
No, it's not even word against, we're just talking rubbish. That's what it is, do you know what I mean? If it was the truth, then I'd understand. You can do 35 miles per hour over speed bumps. You'd have no car left.
I don't know, 35 miles ain't that fast as such.
No, it is. To be going over speed humps, it is.
Why have you got a screwdriver inside your car?
I was fixing stuff with it.
When?
What do you mean when?
I'm asking you when.
What do you think I'm doing with it?
I don't know.
Fixing stuff on the car?
It's quite easily accessible, isn't it?
Eh?
When?
What do you mean when?
Right. Quite a simple question. When were you fixing stuff on your car?
That's ridiculous. What are you trying to say about the screwdriver?
I'm not trying to say anything. I'm asking you a question.
I'm telling you, I'll use it on the car.
Right, when?
Whenever I feel like using it on the car.
The later claim of 35 miles per hour becomes more contentious when considered alongside the road conditions described, particularly if the area contains multiple speed bumps that would make sustained speed less plausible. While that does not conclusively disprove the allegation, it can affect how credible or persuasive the claim appears. The issue is then compounded if an officer simultaneously suggests that 35 miles per hour was not especially fast, because that naturally raises further questions about the urgency or necessity of the stop. A separate concern arises if officers begin searching the vehicle without first clearly explaining the legal power being used and the grounds for doing so. In stop-and-search contexts, officers are generally expected to identify themselves, state the relevant power, and explain the basis for the search. Those safeguards exist to promote transparency and accountability. The discovery of a screwdriver is then treated as suspicious. However, a common tool is not inherently unlawful or incriminating on its own. Its significance would depend entirely on the surrounding circumstances, context, and any specific evidence suggesting criminal use.
Okay, well, if you want to start being silly buggers, right, you're not allowed to keep points or blades or anything sharp in the easily accessible in the vehicle. Okay, so bear in mind, you know everything. I suggest you keep it in the boot of the car.
What are you trying to get all out of you about? Do you not like the colour of my skin?
Oh, mate, I'm bored of it. I'm bored.
What are you pushing in my face for? You're coming in my private space.
I'm not. I'm trying to explain to you why I've asked you a question.
You're coming in my private space. You're getting all irritable.
Right, you're putting that phone right in my private space.
Of course I am. You've got yours as well.
Yeah, but not in your private space, is it?
Mine's the same place as yours. Yours is on your shoulder. Mine's on my shoulder.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right. Argue me all day you want, mate.
I don't need to argue with you. I just want to go about my business.
Okay, right, fine.
That's all I want to do, mate. Go about my merry way.
So you think it's okay to keep a screwdriver in your door?
Oh, come on, officer, man. It's just a screwdriver.
Just
it's
a
not a
screwdriver.
big bladed knife, is it? I'm not going to go around and kill anyone with it, am I?
Don't know.
What am I going to do with that? A little small screwdriver.
Still got a point on it though, isn't it?
Where's the point?
Are you serious?
It's not. It's a thing. It's a flat top.
What? So,
What's that going to do?
is that pointed? That into somebody, would it go through their skin?
You'd have to push it pretty hard, wouldn't you?
Okay. Argue with me with everything I say. You're not meant to keep stuff like this in the vehicle.
Oh,
unless you-
please.
The discussion then shifts to whether a flathead screwdriver should be considered concerning simply because it is within reach inside the vehicle. Rick appears to challenge that point by distinguishing between an everyday tool and an item carried as a weapon. That distinction matters. A screwdriver is a common household or work tool and is not automatically unlawful to possess. Whether it becomes relevant in a policing context usually depends on surrounding circumstances, such as where it is found, how it is being carried, and whether there is evidence of intent to use it unlawfully. Possession alone does not necessarily establish harmful intent. For an ordinary object to be treated as a weapon or as evidence of wrongdoing, there would normally need to be additional factors beyond its mere presence. When those additional factors are unclear or absent, continued focus on the item can create the impression that suspicion is being built from neutral facts rather than responding to a genuinely identifiable threat.
That's for the engine.
For the engine?
Yeah, of course
what
it
are
is.
you using the engine for that?
You got to tighten stuff. Recently I can even show you. I've had engine leaks in there.
Right.
That you
And
got the
I've asked
arm.
you about 5 times, when were you doing that?
It doesn't
You did
matter when
5
I'm
minutes
doing it.
ago.
I'm telling you what it's for.
What happens is,
I'm telling you what it's for.
people during
Sorry,
road
mate,
rage.
sorry, mate, sorry,
listen,
sorry.
I'm trying to talk to you. I'm trying to explain it.
Yeah, but you're just talking rubbish now. I'm telling you what it's for.
I'm listen to anything you say anyway.
What are you looking for? There's nothing in there.
Any more articles? Any more sharp
Don't
items?
stop looking for excuses, man. Look, let me show you. Look, see that? Can I show you?
Show me what?
You want to see something, don't you? So I'm showing you. See that? Can you not see?
Yeah,
That's been
okay.
used recently.
Yeah.
Right, there you
Well,
go. Can you not see that's new? That's pretty fresh, isn't it?
You're not answering the question, are you?
Look, I'm showing you the evidence.
You telling me?
I'm showing you the
Was
evidence.
it 10 minutes
Look, mate,
ago?
Look, I'm showing you the evidence, what it's being used for. You can see it, that's
look,
fresh.
Look, I've seen it.
Right, so
yeah?
what are you still questioning me
Because
for?
I'm asking you, was this 10 minutes ago?
What are you coming back in my space for?
Because you won't answer the question.
I'm telling you.
You've got a constant argument,
You're just
but you
like
won't answer the
talking for
question.
no reason. That's what it's for. That's your answer.
Okay, right, fine. Well, you don't keep it in the car door, do you?
Well, that's your answer.
Rick then offers a practical explanation for why the screwdriver is in the vehicle and even shows the engine compartment to support that explanation. Once a credible and lawful use is provided, the original suspicion would ordinarily need to be reassessed in light of that new information. Instead, the questioning appears to continue into when the tool was last used, as though timing alone could make an ordinary item suspicious. That is a difficult position to sustain without additional context indicating wrongdoing. Everyday objects in a vehicle do not generally become incriminating simply because they have not been used recently or cannot be linked to a precise timeline. What matters is whether there are objective facts suggesting criminal intent or unlawful use. If those factors are absent, continued probing can begin to look less like evidence-led inquiry and more like an effort to preserve the original suspicion after it has been weakened. Encounters like this often highlight a broader issue. Many people are unsure where police powers begin, where they end, and what rights apply during roadside stops and searches. That uncertainty is why educational tools and clear legal guidance can be valuable in helping the public understand the system they are dealing with.
Go on a second. The reason we asked.
Why?
No,
It's
I'm
in your
going
car
to the
door.
point.
I can
He asked me
explain
what
it.
is it for, and I'm showing you what it's for.
What
You're
I've
telling me what it's
seen
for,
listen,
and I told you
listen.
it's not to go around and cause any damage. It's to fix my
Right,
car.
and I've asked you on numerous occasions,
And I've
when
showed
did
you.
you do it, and
I've
why did you
showed
keep
you.
it in your car door?
I've showed you what it's
Get it
for.
out of my face.
No, you get out of my. You're in my private
I'm not
space. In your face as well.
I'm gonna keep your phone back from my face, please.
Listen, you've got arm's length there. You're in my space.
Listen, we're asking
You're a
about
joker,
any
do you know
sharp
that?
You're a
items.
joker.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
We're gonna have a
Okay.
reasonable chat, which is like a screwdriver in
That's
your
what I mean.
pocket.
That's what I mean.
It's quite easily accessible. If you have a road rage, you want to do something to anyone, you can
Well,
grab
that's what I
yourself
mean.
a screwdriver.
That's what I mean.
But people can do that.
Look, I can lie as much as I want. You're the law. You're supposed to tell the truth, right
I'm
or
telling
wrong?
the truth, yeah.
No, you're not.
Mate,
If I get into court and lie,
you're the
it's
most
nothing.
argumentative man I think I've spoken to today so far.
No, because you said I was getting 35 miles per hour. I was not.
You were going too fast
If you were
down the
straightforward,
residential
who's a bit
street.
more straight like you, well, I'd have more accepted
Because
that.
it's got nothing to do
No,
with the
but how
colour
can
of your
someone
skin.
go 35 miles per hour over speed hump?
Right, are you actually prepared to have a conversation like a normal conversation? Right? London
Excuse
is made
me,
up because
excuse me, Mr.
London?
Politician.
What is London
What's
made up
normal?
of?
No, tell me what the word normal means first to you.
Right.
Dictionary description.
it's nothing to do with dictionary.
No, you said, can I have a normal
Right,
conversation?
okay.
Give me a dictionary
I'm not going to
description
get a
of normal.
conversation now because you're too argumentative.
Well,
aren't
that's not
you?
even an argument.
The tone of the encounter appears to deteriorate when the officer raises his voice and asserts that the screwdriver is illegal without clearly identifying the legal basis for that claim. In a professional stop, Clarity about the law being relied upon is important, especially when challenging someone's possession of an otherwise ordinary item. Personal remarks such as calling Rick a joker, if accurately reflected, risk shifting the interaction from a professional exchange into something more confrontational and personal. That can undermine confidence in the objectivity of the encounter. The reference to hypothetical situations is also significant. Police powers are generally expected to be exercised on the basis of actual facts and present circumstances, not speculative scenarios detached from the situation at hand. Finally, describing someone as argumentative simply because they question the reasoning behind police actions can be problematic. Challenging an explanation or asking for lawful grounds is not, by itself, misconduct. In many cases, it is a natural response when the legal basis being asserted appears unclear or disputed.
You said I was driving at 35 miles per hour over speed hump, and I disagree.
Okay.
Right, that's all.
Right, why was I having to travel at over 35, close to 40 to catch up with you? How can I prove it?
Well, then there you go. I don't know what you're talking about. I said I wasn't, you said I was. And that's what the argument's based on.
All right, that's fine. Okay, no problem.
Have my license back, please.
Maybe we just get in the car and follow you again. Do the thing again. And we
You're nice looking.
On the camera.
Why are you a police officer? You could have been a model. You wasted your talent.
Happy?
Well, not really, but yeah.
I'm not happy
We're not going
with
anywhere,
the
are we?
attitude.
Well, do you know what? Do you know what? Let me.
The second you started with attitude.
I'm putting that in the boot.
Oh, are you?
Yeah.
He's even controlling my keys, that one.
Well, because you're not reasonable, are you?
Eh?
You're not being reasonable.
I think I was being very reasonable, considering I was stopped for nothing.
You keep doing that, right?
You guys have a nice day.
One of the more concerning parts of the exchange is the suggestion that he be allowed to leave but then followed. Without a clear operational reason, trailing someone after a stop risks appearing less like targeted policing and more like arbitrary monitoring. Any continued surveillance would normally need to be grounded in specific intelligence, ongoing suspicion, or a legitimate policing purpose. The discussion about whether officers were happy with him also raises an important point. Enforcement decisions should be based on evidence, legal thresholds, and objective circumstances, not personal irritation or subjective feelings about the person involved. At the same time, controlling his keys and opening the boot introduces a further legal issue. Interfering with a person's vehicle or accessing additional compartments generally requires a clear power and a lawful reason. Where those powers are not clearly explained, questions